Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for October 23rd. Taking a look here at the US Japanese yen pair. I'm expecting this pair to move between 98, 97 and on the lower side 95.12. I'm also looking for some resistance to come into the market around 98.25 and also support to come in around 96. Now, this particular pair, if you recall from yesterday, we mentioned that we had an overextended trade looking for this pair to move from the close down to its low, and the odds are pretty good that it will do that. In fact, it did do that. Unfortunately, we were stopped out beforehand. There was a potential 43 pips there, and we did a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio there, so we put our stop loss 43 pips above our entry, looking for it to move lower faster than it moved higher. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, so we were basically knocked out of that trade at 43 pip loss. Now, looking at the Euro USD pair, this particular pair is moving, I believe, is moving down still. The bias is to the downside. It may be pulling back briefly and then continue lower is what I'm looking for this pair to do. But looking for this pair to move between 1.3009, which it looks like it's tagged that point and has pulled back, hit some resistance there. And I'm also looking for it to move possibly as low as 1.2619. Now, this particular pair hit resistance at this point. If it moves higher, I think you'll hit some resistance around 130.50 mark as well. Look for some support a little bit higher than our range at 127.30. Let's take a look at the pound US dollar pair. This pair moved lower today. We also had a overextended trade in this one. If you recall from excuse me, a few days ago, this particular bar chart, this particular session had one as well, and we made a profit of 55 pips off of that move, basically from this point to this point. But then we had another one that was triggered for this bar, and at that point we sold at the close, at the open of this new bar, and looked for it to move down to this point. Now, we used a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio there as well, and there's a possible between basically this range between the close and the low was 128 pip range. Now, what we did was we went ahead and sold short, and as you can see, it did retrace some, pull back some, but not 128 pips, and it went down and went through that area, and so we were out at a positive 128. Now, if you take those three trades over the past couple of days, the 2 pound ones and the yen, we're left with a net of around 140 pips, 140 pips up. So that's not too bad over the last couple of days. Now, I'm looking for this pair. Excuse me. I'm looking for this pair to move between 164.31 on the high side, on the low side 159.05. I'm also looking for some possible support around 160.50 area. As far as resistance goes, look for this pretty much the same area. Now, taking a look at the US Swiss, this particular pair moved down today. It closed down, created an inside bar prior to at the close. So we're definitely looking for a breakout of this high. And if that occurs, what I'm looking for over this next session, if that occurs, we should get a run up, and I'll be looking for at that point 118.11. Don't know if it will occur all in one bar. It's a pretty good distance to travel over, a little over 200 pips. But if we get a move up and then we can go ahead and break through it to the upside, I think we could get there over the next session or two running into next week. I am looking for this next session to be between 115.24 on the lower side, on the higher side as high as 117.78. Look for some resistance around the 11700 area, and as far as support goes, look for support around 1500. That pretty much wraps it up for today. We don't really have any news announcements no large news announcements going into tomorrow. So until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.